welcome back to my channel. It has been a while since you have seen me on camera. Here I am, still alive. Thank you for tuning in. Today we are going to be doing a video that is going to be very special to me, and I hope to you as well. Sorry about the car horn in the background. Immediately as I start recording, they feel the need to start honking for some reason. I don't get why, but at least it's the beginning of the video. Nonetheless, today we are going to be looking at some Dragon Ball Z facts. Dragon Ball Z is my all-time favorite anime. I grew up watching it as a kid since I think the age of 6 or 7. It's made a very, very big impact in my life. These days, I'm not really caught up on the new anime that's out, Dragon Ball Super, so please no spoilers in the description, thank you. I don't want any spoilers. I will watch that at some point, but I'm behind, but nonetheless, Dragon Ball Z had a big part in my childhood, just helping me shape a big part of who I am, because of characters like Goku, for instance, and watching it just brought a lot of joy to my life. And even as an adult, I can go back and watch the show and feel this sense of just pure bliss and childlike wonder. So to me, great show. It really set the stage for all sorts of anime that would come thereafter. So I figured this would be a good video for me, and hopefully you guys, even if you're not familiar with Dragon Ball Z, you'll enjoy some of the facts. So with that being said, here we go. So, Dragon Ball Z is one of the top 50 shows of all time on IMDb. As of July 2015, Dragon Ball Z is currently ranked number 35 on IMDb's highest rated TV series, with at least 6,000 votes, with a score of 8.9 out of 10. That's not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. Looks like a lot of people agree with me. Goku really loves the Kamehameha wave. Goku's trademark movie is the Kame. Wow, okay, this has a typo. It wasn't me. Goku's trademark move is the Kamehameha, an attack which takes total focus of his chi. He managed to do this move a whopping 97 times from the time he learns it to the end of the Dragon Ball Z series. Vegeta really doesn't like the name Goku. Vegeta almost always refers to Goku by his Saiyan birth name, Kakarot. But he has, on rare occasions, addressed him as Goku. Vegeta actually says the name Goku only 8 times throughout the series. Yes, and I can tell you, I know the Dragon Ball Z story like the back of my hands. I can pretty much tell you the story from start to finish, and all the characters, and I can tell you that it's not that Vegeta doesn't like the name Goku necessarily. It's just that that's not Goku's actual name. Goku's a Saiyan, born on the planet Vegeta, and his birth name is Kakarot. So that is how Vegeta knows, that is how Vegeta addresses him, because that's his actual name. Vegeta's a Saiyan, and he has a lot of pride in his birth, in his heritage, and so as such, he doesn't like calling Goku by his human name. And so when he actually calls Goku by Goku, he's not even talking to Goku, he's talking to his friends, right? He'll usually say something like, oh, the one you call Goku is this and that. So it's almost like he's not even referring to him directly. I don't recall him ever referring to Goku by his actual name. So there you go. Piccolo was briefly the most powerful character. After Piccolo fused with Kami during the Android Saga, he became the strongest being in the Dragon Ball universe for a brief period. This merger made him even more powerful than all of the Super Saiyans at their current levels. Slightly related note, at a whopping 7'4" tall, Piccolo's tallest fighter by a wide margin. Yeah, this was when he ended up fighting Android 17. because Goku, I believe Goku had just recovered from his heart virus, and Vegeta and Trunks were in the hyperbolic time chamber. So Piccolo was really, realistically, the only one who could handle the androids for that brief period of time and distract them because they were on their way to try to hunt Goku down. Goku was in no shape to fight them, so Piccolo had to take it upon himself to hold them off for the time being. Fun fact, Dragon Ball involves just under 200 fights. There are 187 fights from the start of Dragon Ball to the end of Dragon Ball Z. Gohan is more violent on the show than the manga. Gohan killed 8 enemies in the original manga. In the Dragon Ball anime, including the movies, he has directly killed a total of 15 different enemies. I actually didn't know that, so that's interesting. I feel like most of this stuff I'm going to know. It's more for you guys, but that is one thing I did not know. Technically, it's King Vegeta. Vegeta is technically the king of all Saiyans. Not just the prince. His father is killed by Frieza, making him the rightful heir to the throne. He probably makes no claim to the throne out of respect for his fallen father. Piccolo and Gohan are closer in age than they seem. Piccolo is only 4 years older than Gohan. Namekians grow and age much faster than humans or Saiyans, seeing as how Piccolo was already nearly full grown by the age of 3. He actually fought Goku in the first tournament when he was just 3 years old. So, yeah, there you go. Which I knew this, but it never really clicks in your head. You know, you always look at Piccolo and you're like, wow, he's so wise, but he's like one of the youngest characters. Frieza is the most defeated villain in all of Dragon Ball Z. Frieza is one of the most fearsome creatures in all of the galaxy, giving Goku a run for his money in a battle that lasted hours, but he's also the character who's been defeated most on the show. Frieza has been taken down an insane 5 times. He lost to Goku on Namek, was executed by Future Trunks, was defeated by Pikkon, got sent back to hell by Gohan in Fusion Reborn, and was frozen, then smashed to pieces by Goku in Dragon Ball GT. Technically GT is not canon, but, you know, I get the point. Senzu beans really help out heroes throughout the series. A senzu bean is a mythical legume grown by Karen. It's Corin. I forgot his actual name. Holy shit. It's the cat guy. Each bean has enough nutrients to completely revitalize a body to its peak physical condition. Any ailments or injuries that occur during a fight can be erased with a senzu bean. Throughout the DBZ series, a total of 28 senzu beans are eaten. 2 are eaten during the Saiyan Saga, 6 during the Frieza Saga, 18 during the Cell Saga, and 2 while fighting Majin Buu. Yamcha can't catch a break. In every single saga of Dragon Ball Z, Yamcha is either severely injured, killed, or is already dead. Every single saga. The Kamehameha Wave illustrates Goku's mastery of combat. Master Roshi is described as one of the greatest martial artists of all time. It takes him a full 50 years to master the Kamehameha Wave. Goku perfects it on his very first try, entertainingly illustrating just how gifted a fighter he is, destroying Bulma's car in the process. Broly was born mighty. Broly, the legendary Super Saiyan, was born with a power level of 10,000. That's comparable to most Saiyan elite warriors at their prime. The marks on Krillin's head are Buddhist burns. Krillin has 6 incense burns on his forehead from when he was training to be a monk at Orin Temple. The real-life burns were once common to Buddhist monks in China, but since the Cultural Revolution, they've been replaced by less obvious tattoos. The meme spawning line, "It's over 9,000, was actually a mistake. The popular internet meme, "It's over 9,000, was actually spawned by a dubbing mistake. It was originally written and recorded as "It's over 8,000, but in the Ocean dub, they accidentally said 9,000 instead. Because of the meme's popularity, Funimation dubs really use 9000 as a reference to the phenomenon. So many names, so many puns. Many different classes of characters in the series have similar name origins, puns. All of Frieza's henchmen are named for fruits, after fruits. Orin for orange, Apul for apple. The Ginyu Force are named for dairy products. Ginyu is derived from Guyunyu, the Japanese word for milk. Rakum is from Kurumyu, the Japanese word for cream. Kurum, maybe. Mr. Satan family is named for traditional figures from hell. Satan needs no explanation. Fidel is a rearranged spelling of devil. Henchmen of Turles from the Tree of Might are named for after types of nuts. Almond for almond. Cocoa is a cocoa bean, etc. The Frieza family's names all refer to cold temperatures, from Frieza to Cooler to King Cold. All sand characters are named after vegetables. The Sufurujins are named for the Japanese word for fruit, Furutsu. Thus, with the two races on planet Vegeta, it's the fruits versus the vegetables. That's an interesting way of looking at it. Cooler has much more territory than Frieza. Cooler, the main antagonist from movies 5 and 6, owns roughly 256 planets. His younger brother Frieza only owns around 79. Come on, Frieza. Up your game, dog. Bulma changes her hair almost 20 times. Throughout the course of the Dragon Ball Z series, Bulma changes her hair a whopping 17 times. Her husband Vegeta, meanwhile, never changes his once. Well, that's because he's a Saiyan. He can't change his hair. This is where I'm questioning the list, because if he cuts it, so Saiyans, their hair doesn't grow back. So if you cut your hair, that's it. It's gonna stay that way. It doesn't grow longer. It can't be shorter because they can't grow it back. So if you cut your hair, that's a final decision. That's it. Anyway, the hospital in Dragon Ball Z is cleverly named. After his fight with Vegeta, Goku is hospitalized in Wukong Hospital. Wukong is, in fact, the Chinese name for Goku. That's pretty awesome. That's one of the few facts on this list that I didn't know. Goku is the only character who appears in every form of Dragon Ball. Goku is the only character who appears in every Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball GT movie, and television special. Piccolo has no gender. There are no female Namekians, as they produce asexually through eggs that pop out of their mouths. So there's no need to worry about Piccolo putting the moves on Bulma. It's a little weird, I know, but just roll with it. That's the way it is. We don't question it. The origin of Trunks is very different on the show. There is actually a huge difference between Trunks in the manga and Trunks on TV. In the manga, Trunks is able to turn Super Saiyan before Gohan died. But in the TV special, Gohan's death is the very thing that causes Trunks to go Super Saiyan. Yeah, that is a weird difference, and they're referring to future Trunks, by the way, not current Trunks. This list shows a lack of understanding of that. I'm being a huge nerd, I know, but they're showing even the wrong version of Trunks in this screenshot. So, women voiced most of the characters in the Japanese dub. Have you ever thought Goku sounds like a girl? Well, guess what? You're right. Masako Nozawa, who voices Goku in Japanese versions, also provides the voices of Gohan, Goten. Krillin's Japanese voice actor, is a woman too. I believe the rationale behind this, as I understand it, is to illustrate the purity. I think, for example, Goku is supposed to be pure of heart, and so they felt like a woman was the best way to illustrate that. I do prefer his English voice actor, though, by far, Sean Schemmel, in the English dub. I think does a great job. The Kamehameha is also known as the turtle shot. If you know the translation of Kamehameha, then it's only logical that Master Roshi would be the one to perfect and name the move. It means turtle shot. Master Roshi is shamelessly obsessed with turtles. He has a pet turtle and lives at a turtle house. Chi-Chi and Bulma originally had different colored hair. In the original manga, Chi-Chi and Bulma took largely the same look largely the same, but with one major difference. Chi-Chi originally had blue hair, and Bulma's hair was purple. King Kai's pet monkey is named Bubbles. King Kai has a pet monkey named after another very famous pet monkey. Yes. The monkey on Dragon Ball Z is named after Michael Jackson's pet monkey, Bubbles. That's actually very, very cool. Again, there's very few on this list that I don't know, but little tidbits like that are awesome for me. Boo is a Cinderella reference. On the show, the evil, even often comically fat monster Boo was created by a sorcerer named Bibbidi and brought out of hibernation by the actions of Bibbidi's son, the sorcerer Bobbidi. Get it? Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo. Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo. Anyone? And you know what's funny about this is I actually never caught that until a friend was like, hey, you know that this is actually referencing this, and they weren't a Dragon Ball Z fan, and I was like, you know what, you're right. Never thought of it. Launch was intentionally left out of Dragon Ball Z. Launch never made it into Dragon Ball Z. Basically, Akira Toriyama forgot she existed. He's the creator. She appears in later edits that were made after the fact. However, he forgot she existed. That's awesome. I find that hilarious. It's like the creator just was so uninterested in her that he forgot he created her. Toei Animation invented stories to kill time. And yeah, I know this. These are like the different movies they create that are not canon. Toei Animation had to create several filler sagas to keep in timing in line with the manga source material. The Fake Planet Namek, the Garlic Jr. Saga, and the Afterlife Tournament were all invented for the show. Yeah, in other words, filler. A lot of anime has this. Only one character has never died. By the end of Dragon Ball Z, Mr. Satan is the only character to have never died. Every other character who lives on the Earth has been killed once, one or more times. Goku dies twice, getting killed by Piccolo and Cell, while Yamcha, Tien, and Master Roshi all die twice. Both Krillin and Chaozu kick the bucket 3 times, but Gohan, Goten, Trunks only have one death apiece. Yeah, that's very interesting. I've never thought about that, because like you assume everybody dies in the show because it's just death is kind of meaningless in the show. Unfortunately, you know, other shows characters die and you really feel it, but this show it's kind of like you'll just get revived. It's okay. Dragon Ball Z Kai is edited to follow the manga more closely. The new series is edited to follow Akira Toriyama's manga more closely than the previous adaptations of the latter half of his manga, Dragon Ball Z. Basically, most of the filler segments are being removed. Because of this, the series is slated to run on 100 episodes as to Dragon Ball Z's 291 installments. There's a Lost Dragon Ball Z movie. In addition to the 13 movies and 2 TV specials, there's also a Lost movie in which the Z Fighters battle against scientists, member of a race that the Saiyans wiped out long ago. The movie was never released in America and most likely never will be. The video game on which it was based was never released in the US either. Yeah, and I saw this movie on YouTube and it was terrible. It was absolutely horrendous. The animations are terrible. It looks like it's fan-made. So, you know, you're not missing anything out on that. But anyways, guys, thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this video. I apologize for the background noise. It's like 5 p.m. I don't usually record this early. So there's a lot of action going on. So I gotta cut it short a little bit. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you're a Dragon Ball Z nerd like me and you found this information great. But yeah, until next time, guys. Wow, I messed up the ending there. Until next time, guys.